teams from the AFC North, they haven't been doing anybody any favors this year. Steelers, of course, the latest one, losing to the Lions, or not losing, tying. Ugh, not a good one there. For the Ravens, big-time favorites against the Dolphins in primetime. That didn't go too well. Lamar Jackson ended up taking a backseat to Tua Tagovailoa in his home crib here, giving them their third win of the season. So taking a look at John Breech's Week 10 picks, not too bad. Had the hits, of course, with the Patriots, Vikings, and the Cowboys. But the misses, the two I just mentioned, the Ravens and Steelers, not good if you're putting your money on that AFC North. All right, let's wipe the slate clean here. John Breech here for Week 11. Let's just move ahead here because, you know, it happens. We got more football to play here. Starting with your picks this week, and the Patriots getting 6.5 at the Falcons. Look, Mac Jones in New England, 4 straight wins after starting 2-4. The ATL, they just allowed 40 against the Cowboys here. What's your play in this one?
Yeah, Brandon, you mentioned it with the Patriots. These 4 straight wins they're not just winning teams, beating teams, they're destroying teams. Obviously, we saw them beat the Browns 45-7. Also part of this win streak, they beat the Carolina Panthers by 18. They beat the New York Jets 54-13. This team is on a scorched earth tour. They're looking to take out everyone. They're gelling at the right time. Mac Jones is getting better every week. Their defense looks like a vintage Bill Belichick defense. And now they're going up against the Falcons team that seems to get blown out every other week. It wasn't just this 43-3 loss to the Cowboys. The Falcons have 3 losses this year by 23 or more points. And you know what? One weapon they might not have Thursday is their most explosive player, Cordarrelle Patterson. If I'm on a short week and I have to bet on 2 coaches in a game, Bill Belichick is always going to be one of them. So I love the Patriots in this spot. I think they win by double digits. I do not think this one's going to be close. Double
digits. Chances we see a 28-3 final here?
You know what? Dust off the 28-3 jokes because I give it a 50% chance. I think Belichick has a good sense of humor. If he gets, 26-3, he's going to go for 2, make it 28-3.
I can see that happen. The hoodie always playing games when it comes to the Falcons here. All right, the Dolphins here in New York against the Jets. Look, Tua came back. We saw that what happened against the Ravens. I think the Mike White hype train has died down a bit. What's your play in this game?
Yeah, the Mike White hype train went ahead and went straight off a cliff. It is, we saw what happened last week. It wasn't pretty, but you know what? It's not like it's Mike White's fault the Jets are losing. Their defense has been absolutely atrocious. Giving up 175 points over the past 4 weeks, which is the second most in a 4-game span of any NFL team since the merger. So their defense has been a total disaster. I think that's why Rex Ryan is out there making fun of Robert Saleh. Their offense hasn't been able to do anything. And when you look at the Dolphins, they have been really good over the past 2 weeks. Beat the Texans, beat the Ravens. They've only given up an average of 9.5 points per game. So their defense has been on point. Tua has looked a lot better. I think the Dolphins might be able to sneak into the playoff race maybe with their next 4 games. They play the Jets twice, the Giants, some very winnable games. I like Miami to cover here, maybe win by a touchdown. So I think they cover comfortably the 3 points.
All right, let's keep it moving here. Let's Bengals and Raiders both back-to-back losses coming off the bye. What's your play in this one?
Yeah, this is an interesting game because we have 2 surprising teams that are now all of a sudden fighting to stay relevant. They're both 5-4. But you know what? Here's my problem with the Raiders is that if we've watched them the past couple years, it seems like it's the same thing every season. They get off to a hot start and then boom, that midseason collapse comes. 6-4, I think, in 2020, they ended up 7-9, and 6-3 start a couple years ago, and they ended up 8-8. This is just, it happens every single year. 2-game losing streak. And you know what they can't do? They can't stop the run. So I think the Bengals have some success on offense with Joe Mixon. I think we'll see Joe Burrow take some shots downfield. And as you said, Bengals coming off a bye. They've had some time to figure things out. I like Cincinnati to win this one straight up.
All right, Cowboys and Chiefs. This could be a shootout. Both of them scoring 40 or more this past week. What's your play in this game?
Yeah, this is interesting. The point spread here even fascinates me a little bit because I feel like the Cowboys have been the better team. Maybe it's some recency bias because the Chiefs offense was on point against the Raiders. It looked like they'd totally revived themselves, scoring 41 in Vegas. But you know what? When it comes down to it, if I had to pick one of these 2 offenses to take right now, I think the Cowboys have the better offense currently. I think the Cowboys have a better defense currently. I think the Cowboys have a better everything right now. So I actually like the Cowboys to go into Arrowhead Stadium and pull off the upset. Not just cover, but win outright.
No respect for the boys there. We got about 30 seconds before I let you go. Giants to the Bucks. Do we see Tampa Bay bounce back here?
Yeah, all I'm going to say is this. Maybe they bounce back and win, but if the Buccaneers are playing in prime time, I am automatically betting against them. Since they signed Tom Brady at the beginning of 2020 season, they are 0-7 against the spread in primetime games. I don't know if it's because the games are past Brady's bedtime, whatever it is, you do not bet on them in primetime. And this is a huge point spread. Buccaneers are beat up. I like the Giants to cover.
You're expecting to see sleepy Tom in this one. I'm pretty sure TB12 does not like that, John. As always, John Breech, get us in those picks. Appreciate your time, my friend. Don't forget, you can catch for the Pick Six podcast. The fellas always laying it out as we get into week 11, as well as a recap with that Rams game and the Niners. We might have some smoke in the NFC West. Download and give them a follow.